Hey, what's going on, guys? I'm back, but this time I'm switching things up, man. I'm doing an outlook video on the Broncos 2015 and 2016 season. I've been stalling on this video for a long time. I've been meaning to do this video maybe 4 weeks ago, and I don't know, man. It's not that I haven't had the time. I've just been skipping over things. But now that the season's about to start, man, I gotta put this out. I was thinking about doing the whole series for each team, but I'm just gonna primarily stick with the Broncos just because this is my favorite team, and I'm gonna give us a a realistic. I'm not gonna be biased at all. I'm gonna give us a realistic opinion of what I think our season can be. Um, gonna gonna go game by game, give you an outlook, show you guys the depth chart, the roster, give some insight on what the Broncos offense, defense is looking like. Yeah, without further ado, man, let's go check out the depth chart, man. On offense this year, you know, Peyton Manning's back there, Emmanuel Sanders, Demaryius Thomas, two Pro Bowl receivers. You got Owen Daniels, who's been he's been a decent tight end, man. He had a pretty solid year in Houston once before. I'm not quite sure how many years ago that was, but he's not a bad tight end at all. Do have Virgil Green, definitely a better run blocker than pass catcher. On Daniels primarily being the pass catch when Virgil Green's in. It's usually the most likely means a run, but yeah. Right as far as the weapons, oh yeah, C.J. Anderson's back. We let go of Monty Ball. Guess it was pretty much no use for him. We like Ronnie Hillman to spell C.J. The dude, the back that can switch it up. You got C.J. Anderson, the low to the ground, one cut dude, and then you got Ronnie Hillman, more of an explosive guy, man. Switch tempos with him. So that's what the weapons are looking like so far on offense. I will say, man, this offensive line is I don't know, man. We're gonna have a tough season, man. Three of these guys are rookies. Chris Clark is actually gone now, so I'm guessing Schofield should be starting at right tackle. We do have some we still do have a Pro Bowler in Luis Vasquez. We got a former Pro Bowler Evan Mathis. I actually think he went to the Pro Bowl last year, but yeah, Sombrero. Let me click just to make sure he is a rookie, cause I might have these dudes mixed up. Yeah, he's a rookie. Let's go center. I think he's a rookie as well. Oh, yeah, yeah. This confused because that says rookie and this says first season, same difference. So and then let's check him out. Second season. So we have some young guys on the O line, unproven. This will be their first year ever playing alongside of each other. This core has never played at all together, mainly just preseason. Evan Mathis didn't even get in a preseason work in, so it'll be it'll be interesting to see how he plays the first couple of games, man. See if he's back in season form. But yeah, that's the offense so far. Oh yeah, and I'd like Cody Latimer, man. I think this guy can have a good season, man, for a slot guy. He's been improving. He's improved a lot since last season. I've been reading some good things about him, so he's definitely. I definitely he might not be a Wes Welker as far as the guy that's real shifty as in the slot, but he'll be a decent receiver in the slot, I believe. So he's more of an outside receiver, but well, I think he can. I think he can show us something in the slot. So let's go to the defense side of things. Right off the back, our defense has it's improved, but declined at the same time because where we lose some things, we make up in others. So, um, like right off the back, we Derek Wolf is suspended for the first 4 games for PED use substance. I can't remember the exact thing that he used or whatever, the drug of choice that he used, but he's suspended the first 4 games. So we got Vance Walker starting at left defensive end where he'll be starting. Sylvester Williams, he's in the second year. He didn't show us anything last year, so already we're looking kind of suspect on the interior, man, as far as stopping the run. And we were second in run stop last year. No more pyros, so Sylvester Williams, he's definitely gonna have to pick things up. I've been reading some nice things about Kilgo, man. the 6th round rookie from Maryland. He's been looking pretty good in preseason. Nothing but I seen nothing but high praise from coaches and reporters about him. So hopefully he steps up. He's definitely a big dude that can plug the run. But yeah, we definitely need Sylvester Williams to step up, man. Last year he didn't give us anything significant. It was mainly just Pyros being Pyros, who's now in Washington. So um, the good thing about this core, though, I like our core linebackers, Von Miller, with Demarcus Ware. We all know that they are pass rushers. Demarcus Ware is pretty. He's not. These two guys are not gonna drop in coverage often. So this is our base defense. Definitely think we'll switch it up. There'll be some times where we go to the 4-3. We'll have Kilgo, Sylvester Williams, with D. Weir and Von Miller on the ends rushing. So I mean, I definitely think with Wade Phillips, man. Oh yeah, to get on Wade Phillips, man. We all know what he does to defenses, man. They improve right away. He brings that 3-4. We have already been playing 3-4 for a couple years now, so uh, man, I'm excited to see what kind of blitzes he brings to the table. See if we stay a top 5 defense like we did last year. We're number 2 in run defense and number 9 in pass defense, if I'm not mistaken. So. Um, we right here we did downgrade a little bit, man. No T.J. Ward for the first game. He spent the first game for a strip club incident for whatever reason. I think he actually won out, but he won the case or whatever that was. But or they dismissed it, but he still got suspended the 1 game for whatever reason. I don't know. Roger Goodell's probably trying to make up for the Brady ruling, so he suspended T.J. Ward. But Darian Stewart, man, he's this is what I want to say, man. He's more of a strong safety, so it'll be interesting to see how he plays this free safety role, man. He's more of a guy that plays inside the box than in coverage. So I mean, we have 2 great corners, man. 2 lockdown corners, Talib, Chris Harris Jr., man. Those guys basically can play on the island, and then they don't really need too much help. So hopefully he's not in a situation where he's really getting exposed and has to play over the top, and his defense is getting exposed because we got these 2 good corners. But yeah, Darian Stewart, run stopper. And they get on these 2 linebackers, Brandon Marshall, Trevathan. I really love these guys, man. Brandon Marshall stepped up a lot last year. He's always filled in the hole pretty nicely, man. He's not a guy that's gonna get injured, miss a lot of games. He did miss a few last year. Trevathan pretty solid. The reason why I like these 2 guys because they're pretty alright in coverage, man. I mean the Broncos had the 9th best pass defense for a reason. Brandon Marshall, Trevathan, they both play the run well and they do pretty good in pass coverage. So this is why I'm kind of liking the defense. So let's take a look at special teams now. Brian McManus, we all know what he's gonna do. He's a pretty accurate kicker. I like him. I still can't believe we let go of damn, why I forgot this guy, Matt Prater, um, over some stupid incident he had, and then he went on to the Lions. He kicked a 62-yard field goal. He made a 62-yard field goal the year before we cut him. I don't know how we can ever cut him. He wasn't missing field goals. He got in the one thing DUI or something like that, and they cut him. So sucks there. Omar Bolden. I don't really like him as a kick returner. He hasn't shown to be explosive enough to be a good kick returner. He's just gonna be an average dude that gets it to the 20 or something every time. Emmanuel Sanders, we made that move to put him at punt returner. I do like him, pretty explosive guy, pretty shifty. So I like that there. But let's get into the schedule now. We're gonna go game by game. Excuse me. Go game by game. Tell you if I think we win these games or lose. First game of the season at home. We opened at home last year. We played them first game of the season. Payton put up 7 TDs on them. That's definitely not happening again. New system. Right now, the Broncos is. I'm reading a bunch of things that saying the offense is not running as smoothly as last year's in this new system of Gary Kubiak and I forgot the offensive coordinator he brought with him. I forgot the dude's name, but is there a way to see it actually? We can actually go Google, man. Let's do Google Broncos. I think it's something like Ricky Broncos offensive coordinator. We brought him over from Oh yeah, Rick Dennison. So Rick Dennison, yeah, he came over from Houston with Kuviak, and it'll be interesting to see how this offense plays out, man. First few games of the season, it's still not they're still not all the way comfortable with it. So, and Baltimore is not a team. Baltimore is not a team that you really want to be out of sync with, man, because those guys get after it on defense. Got Suggs, Bloomerville, got a bunch of guys on defense. Jimmy Smith, Darius Webb. Uh, who am I missing that middle line? Daryl Smith. So it's a bunch of guys on that defense that get after, man, and they're a pretty tough team every year. I mean, even though we put up 7 TDs, I don't think we won't get anywhere close to that again. So Baltimore week one. Um, I haven't looked at the Vegas odds for that one. I want to see. Actually, let's go look at that. I want to see what they predict for week one. Uh, what they have us. Do they actually have us winning? 48.5 over under, 4.5 favorites. It's not a bad margin at all. With this game, I definitely think it's possible we squeak one out. Just mainly because Baltimore doesn't have any like their offense. They don't have too many weapons right now. I think Dennis Pitter injured again, but yeah, Brian Perriman's not gonna cut it. Their passing game is not gonna be as good as it once was, man. They do got a deep threat, but I think Perriman's injured and he might be out week one, so that sucks for them there. Yeah, Pitt is not here for this season. I think he's out for the season. Steve Smith Sr. He's one of my favorite players, but he's not getting it done against Talib and Chris Harris Jr. I don't really see that happening. Justin Forsett, he can have himself a pretty good game because I told you guys, I don't really know how that run defense is gonna pan out, man. With the loss of Derek Wolf for the first 4 games, and then the loss of Terrence Knight, man, who really used to plug the hole for us. So that's a big loss right there. But look at this. Look at this. These linebackers: Courtney Upshaw, Daryl Smith, C.J. Mosley, Terrell Suggs, Chris Canty. This is a pretty good defense. And Dumerville backup. I'm pretty surprised at that. But yeah, this is a pretty stout defense, man. So I kind of see this game. I think the Broncos take game one again of the season versus Baltimore. I say it's like a 21-13 game or something like that. I don't see us putting up too many points on them. So let's go on to the next game. KC, we usually handle them pretty fairly in the first half, and then they start making a comeback. So, and they got some more weapons now. They got Jeremy Macklin, Jamal Charles coming back healthy, no concussions. Travis Kelsey's been improving steadily. So it'll be interesting to see, man. And I've read that the Chiefs actually want to start throwing the ball down the field a lot more, and that's something they don't do often, especially with Alex Smith, the game manager. This one is at KC. Um, the primetime games. It's gonna be on NFL Network. It's a Thursday game. Right now, I can't even call this one because I think we actually do split one with KC. If we were to lose one, It'll probably be this game. So I can say 1-1 right now, just mainly because, like I said, that offense is yet to be seen how good that offense is going to be under this new system. So KC, I think we split one. They're a pretty good team. They have a top 5 defense as well. That front seven is nasty. Um, yeah, and it's at KC, man. They don't really give up a lot of touchdowns. Their scores are usually low, so um, definitely could see a 1-1 at that point. So let's move on to Detroit. Uh, Definitely think we take this one, man. Even at Detroit, Megatron. We all know how he is. Stafford got a bunch of comeback wins last year. He's shown that he's pretty clutch, but I just don't think they have enough to actually get it done. It'll be interesting to see if Eric Ebron starts getting some more burn. He didn't really do too much last season like I thought he was. He's in the second year now, so he'll probably improve. Drake Bell starting, he's a power back. He's pretty bruising. He might rough us up a little bit. Still got Golden Tate, who had an awesome season last year. So, but they did lose some big pieces, man. They lost Ndamukong Suh and they lost Nick Fairley. So those are pretty big losses. They gained Haloti Nanta, but he's not a guy who's gonna be in on third downs. He's primarily just a run stopper. And these cornerbacks, this secondary is something you can kind of pick on. Glover Quinn, he's a Pro Bowler. He's a good safety. You got a head of bow who can hit a little bit, but these corners are going to be toast. Um, they still do have a pretty good front seven, man. Haloti Nada, Ansah, he's pretty solid. Levy, who injured himself last year, celebrating towards ACL, if I'm not mistaken. Steve Tulloch. So it's a pretty. This could be a pretty good game. It might be close too, man. It might be a 21-17 type of game, especially on the road, man. I tend to give teams on the road the benefit of the doubt. Think they can keep it close. So yeah, I think we go up 2-1 right here. I think at this point we're 2-1. Then let's move on to Minnesota. I'm giving us this one right off the back. AP's coming back healthy. I think he's gonna be on a tear. I think he's gonna go on a tear this year after that suspension he served. Well, he had a bunch of time off, a lot of rest on his body, man. Rest that ACL, man. I think he comes back going crazy, but it's not gonna be enough, man. The Vikings just don't have enough firepower to beat us, and I can't see them beating the Broncos on the road. So, uh, I just got to move on from there. Raiders, we own them. That's pretty much a win for us. So right now, you could rack this up. Baltimore win, KC lost, so that's 1-1. Detroit 2-1, Minnesota 3-1. And we go to Raiders 4-1. It's pretty much a no-brainer. I do want to say though, I like what Amari Cooper is doing. I did think he was overrated coming out of college, but that dude, his route running is sharp. That boy is gonna be a problem. Um, I don't think he's gonna be an OBJ, but that dude's he's gonna be a threat this year. So look out for him. But I still have us at 5-1 at this point. Excuse me, 4-1 at this point. And then we go to Cleveland, 5-1. So their quarterback situation, I'm not believing in Josh McCown. Wide receivers aren't that good over there. Um, Dwayne Bowe and Brian Harlan's not cutting it. They don't have enough offense. Their defense is pretty solid though. I do like their defense. They picked up Tramon Williams. That's a great pickup. So now they have Joe Hayden, Tramon Williams, and Justin Gilbert, second-year cornerback, with Tayshawn Gibson and Dante Whitney in the secondary. That's a pretty formidable secondary. So I like them there, but definitely can't see them beating the Broncos. So give us 5-1 so far. Then we go to Green Bay, man. Well, we're at home, and Green Bay comes to us. Sunday night game, 8:30. The brights will be light. I mean, the lights will be bright. So this one I really can't call, man. You can. It's tough because there's no Jordy Nelson, but Aaron Rodgers is a bad man. So I don't know. You could probably squeak him out, give him a win in this, but I'm gonna just throw this toss up. Gut feeling would say that we take this game because by this point, by the time we play Minnesota, I think our offense would be clicking. We go into Green Bay. I mean, we go back home after after the 2-game road trip, and then we face Green Bay. I think we take care of business there. Probably be a high scoring ass game, and I think we squeak that out. Probably be like a 31-27 game, 31-28 type of game. So I think the Broncos squeak that out. So right now I got us at 6-1. We go to Indianapolis, and I'm not gonna lie, I think we lose this game, man. Andrew Luck has been heating up lately. Um, that dude is becoming a problem. He's throwing the ball like 40 times a game, and he has a bunch of weapons. T.Y. Hilton, Andre Johnson, Kobe Fleener, Dwayne Allen. Got Frank Gore, who's a pretty solid running back, probably a future Hall of Famer. Um, got Boom Herring, who's pretty solid. So, but yeah, Andrew Luck has just owned the Broncos in the last 2 years. So hopefully that changes. But right now, after that, at that point, I got a 6-2. So Baltimore win, KC loss 1-1, 2-1, 3-1, 4-1, 5-1 at Cleveland, 6-1 at Green Bay. Take a loss to Indianapolis 6-2. Then like I told you guys, I think we split it with KC. We go 7-2. I move on to Chicago. That's an easy win, man. Cutler has just been atrocious, man. Unless he turns it around this year, uh, which I don't really see him doing. That's 8-2. We get a home game versus New England. That's something I can't even call. So I'm just gonna say I'm gonna give us a tie actually, 8-2-1 because I don't even know what to call it there. I think we take care of San Diego twice this year, so 9-2-1. The Raiders 10-2-1. At Pittsburgh, their secondary and their defense is horrible. By this time they'll have Martavis Bryant back, so that's a big pickup. But their defense is gonna be enough, man. So uh, 11-2-1. We get the Bengals. Be a tough game, but we're at home 12-1, and San Diego 13-1. So man, I think the least we do is go 13-3, man. This is a tough schedule, especially if you look at what these teams did last year. These are all pretty tough teams, but I definitely think we go 13-3. The good thing about our offense struggling right now is that after these first two games, if we could squeak out a win from these first two games, we get pretty mediocre teams after that to gain our confidence back. So, um, definitely think the Broncos have a successful year. I don't know if we win the Super Bowl or I'm not even gonna predict Super Bowl because I think it's a toss up this year. I'm not. I don't have a beat on any team. It's really hard to tell, man. And yeah. And after this season, I want to give an outlook, man. I just want to squeeze this in. After this season, I think Peyton retires, and I think Brock Osweiler steps up and become a pretty good quarterback, man. Top 15 type of quarterback. Those for probably 3,800 yards a season, maybe 25 to 30 touchdowns, man. I definitely think that's possible, man. I have high hopes for that dude. He's been nurturing and just watching Peyton for the last 4 years, so that's somebody I definitely have a lot of faith in. I actually want to see him play, man. I was actually hoping Peyton retired this year, but just because I think this is the best time to rebuild. We could have definitely gave Demarius his money way ahead of schedule. If Peyton would have just retired, because that would have been 15 million in salary cap freed. So, um, yeah, man, I definitely like what the Broncos have a chance to do this year. Like I said, 13-3 is the minimum I think we go this year, unless we have some hiccups or a huge injury. So, yeah. With that being said, man, that's about it, man. I was thinking about doing some more just to squeeze out some videos. It's like 4 o'clock in the morning, but I'm gonna just call it a night after this, man. Let me know what you guys think, man. 13-3, I'm calling it. Give me the feedback. So that being said, I'm out of here, man. Hopefully all of our teams have a good season, even though that's not possible. But hopefully the Broncos go 13-3, and I'm out of here, man. Peace.